Fellas, after scoring 177 runs in 28 August games, the Mets have now scored 22 runs in 2 September games. So, Anthony, do they have the best lineup in baseball right now?
I mean, they might, Eamon. You know, we were dreaming about this offense clicking like this before the season started, and then they were kind of mid for a long time. And then we had the Fab Four era, you know, where they were just churning over the top 4 guys in the lineup. And now they get stuff from everywhere. You heard Mendy mention it there in that quote. Luis Torrens with a huge home run. I think they've scored 10-plus runs as an offense 6 times since August 2nd. I mean, that's great stuff. And now if you look at the leaderboard since the beginning of August, they are atop or near the top in every category. You know, when Juan Soto's going like this, when Alonso's hitting home runs, they are exceptionally tough to stop.
First of all, I think the Gen Z audience very proud of you, number one, for using a mid-reference. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm not ready to go there yet as far as the Mets being the best offense in baseball because I still have questions about what you're seeing at the bottom of the order. I know Luis Torrens hit a monstrous home run on this particular evening. I know Mark Vientos and Brett Beatty have kind of stabilized things, but there's still a team in Los Angeles that has all of that star power that, to me, has that until somebody knocks them off. Fair or unfair. I will say, though, Eamon, what the Mets are doing offensively is clearly sustainable. Their hot August is not a fluke because Juan Soto is back to being Juan Soto. Pete Alonso continues to produce. Then you throw in Lindor, you throw in Nimmo, and you throw in this length in the lineup. It's something that should give you hope now that this team can go and take it, run with it, and make noise come October.
All right, you said Juan Soto is back to being Juan Soto, and Pete Alonso continues to produce. They went back-to-back in the 7th. So, JJ, who's having the better overall season, Soto or Alonso?
So, unfortunately, Eamon, the statistics are never going to agree with me. Because you're going to present the statistics, and I know you're going to momentarily.
Got them all right here.
They're all right there in front of you. You can't say, statistically speaking, that Pete Alonso has been better than Juan Soto. However, the eye test. We sit here, we watch these Met games on a regular basis, night in and night out. Pete Alonso had every big hit imaginable over the first 3 to 3.5 months of the year when Juan Soto was struggling mightily in those particular situations. Yes, Pete Alonso has tailed off in the second half of the year compared to what Juan Soto has done in the second half of the year. But I still see a player with 112 RBIs. I still see a player who had every big hit for a sustained period of time. We're not just talking about a month or a month and a half. It was about 3.5 months of big-time baseball from Alonso. I know your stats are going to win, but the eye test for me, from what I saw in 2025, would say Pete.
Pete's having a really good year, guys. There's no doubt about it. But this guy's biggest skill is hitting the ball over the fence, right? That guy has 4 home runs more than he does. And you know what else, JJ? He has nearly twice the WAR that Pete Alonso does. And we can go up and down, rate stats, all that stuff. Soto leads the world in walks, obviously. I know that's not everybody's favorite stat, but if guys
Why are you looking straight at me?
You caught that. I'm glad. When guys keep getting on base, that's a good thing for your offense, and we're seeing the fruits in this since their August binge here. He's also, JJ, going to have a 40-30 season.
The stolen bases are impressive. I have to admit,
it's really
didn't think
remarkable.
he had that as a part of his arsenal either.
Really remarkable how he's done that, and good for him for adding that to the weaponry. But to me, this is a clear answer, Eamon. Juan Soto by a million miles.
By a million miles. You know what I found interesting there during that debate was, you know, as great as Juan Soto has been with runners in scoring position since August 1st, it's still 237 to 313. To your point, Pete Alonso has been delivering all season long in the clutch. All right, Nolan McLean improves to 4-0. He lost his command a little bit in the first, but bounced back nicely, retired the last 14 batters he faced. Anthony, was this the most impressive outing of his 4 Major League Baseball starts?
I won't go that far, Eamon, because he did give it to the Phillies pretty good for 8 innings. I will say this, however, that him struggling so early in that game, especially with something that he had not struggled with for the previous 2 starts, and I mean his command, his control. He didn't walk any guys in his previous 2 starts, and then he sort of was like nibbling a little bit here. He was throwing breaking balls, you know, when he probably should have been just getting a strike, and he was getting a little fancy there. And then he shut that all down and started just retiring guys in a row, and it was a nice performance the way it went. And wow, I mean, he could not be more impressive overall.